Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, October 19th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarification points. The prices you see here and then the candlestick you see right there, they will be moving around. That's because the market is still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, DRUG. And I don't want to say that the chart's ruined, but last time I was looking at it, it was holding up a lot better. But now you have this final 30 minutes where the price is coming down more, and it hasn't destroyed the entire chart. But again, it just isn't looking quite as good as what it once was when I was, first looking at it. But nonetheless, the key dynamic here is that you got to think a lot of people have drawn that trend line right there. And I say a lot of people because when lots of people are watching the same level and wondering the same things, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. So while there are no guarantees in the market, my point here is that, is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price turns itself around, gets up to that trend line and then breaks through it, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a valid thought process to have. Again, not guaranteed, but certainly nobody could accuse you of being irrational to think that way. As far as levels of support are concerned, two main levels stand out. First one being this near-term area right there at the $1.20 mark. And then if $1.20 does not hold up, you have that pink line down there, which is the very famous 200 period moving average, currently valued at $1.10. So yeah, overall, very rough afternoon, but let's see if the price can turn itself around and then get a break up through that trend line. Next one, COMS, just absolutely monster volume today and a good, solid, well-defined pattern. So as I draw this out, I assure you a lot of people have drawn this pattern. So I'm not trying to impress you, not trying to imply this is some sort of great discovery. Again, in my mind, a lot of people have taken notice of this pattern right here. So let me get this level drawn out and change that to green to represent more so the bullish part of the pattern and support down there at 11 cents. So 11 cents is going to be that main area of support. And again, what we have here is, make it one color and make it easier to see, resistance, support, big move up right here. Let's put our golf hole down here to make it a little bit more visual for you golfers out there. And this will be known as a bull pennant pattern. So it goes back to that talking point of self-fulfilling prophecies. Are there guarantees? No, but is it valid? Is it reasonable to say that, if the price comes up to this area and then pushes up through it, so right around that 14-cent mark, that break could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a more than valid thought process to have. So if you like penny stocks, if you like bull pennant patterns, here you go. Next one, ZVO, another penny stock here. And the premise here is quite simple. Absolute train wreck today, especially even by penny stock world standards. But you can see this morning, big gap up right here. And then after the gap up, the price ran all the way up there. And then true story, there were some poor souls that were buying up around there. And then from that point, it just gone down and down and down. So it looks absolutely hideous. But as you longer time viewers have heard me say, there can be opportunity in the ugly. So yes, this is very ugly. But there can be a situation where, maybe just maybe this ugliness is overblown and there could be a nice tradable opportunity. Now, I should note that if you're not good at, risk management, honoring stop losses, you definitely shouldn't be touching these. I mean, you shouldn't even be trading in the first place, but that's a whole nother topic. But point here being is, yes, this is a very high risk situation, but you can also structure some good risk reward scenarios because right now the price is seemingly starting to find some support right down there around the 17-cent mark. So you have this former breakout area, you have these moving averages, and then you have this hammer candle forming right around that same area, which does make sense. Now, I wish I could say that just because all these things happen, the price is for sure guaranteed going to bounce, but once more, no guarantees. But it becomes a lot more plausible now to think that, okay, maybe, just maybe, this downwards move is over. To be fair, maybe it's not. Maybe this thing keeps on drifting downwards, which goes back to the whole topic of risk management. It's very, very important. But it is a two-sided coin because, well, maybe it is some sort of bottom, and you do get a dead cat bounce. No, it's not like it has to even go up to those highs to make it worthwhile. But the point here being is, yes, this is very ugly, but is it a little too ugly? Have people panicked a little bit too much? Let's see what happens. Next one, CCL, the uptrend continues, and after today, going back to the whole topic of self-fulfilling prophecies and patterns, a very, very well-defined pattern, which should sound familiar, so let me get that trend line drawn right there. As far as the resistance is concerned, bring over that support right there, and once again, change that to green to represent the support part of the pattern, and then to make this all the same color. And I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on this because I'm not going to sit here and repeat myself. You understand how it all works now. So resistance, support, Nice upwards move here, a golf hole down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So of course, no guarantee, but is it valid to think if the price gets up there and pushes up through it, that could create additional buying pressure? Absolutely. So if you enjoy bull pennants on stocks down below $10, here you go. Next one here, AMC, and overall a good solid day. Sure, it was maybe a little annoying as the price twice got rejected by that pink line, which should mean a whole lot to those of you that watched the video from Monday. Talked about that 200 period moving average as the next key area of resistance. And yeah, definitely the power of charts showed up and rejected the price back down, which is annoying. But from the big picture point of view, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line. Everything is still perfectly fine. I mean, you look at where these lows have been. So you have a low there, you have these lows, you have these lows, you have those lows, and if you envision those as stair steps, you can still very clearly see the stair steps are progressing in the upwards direction. So if you're a day trader and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 minutes, yeah, from that perspective, fine. The chart does not look very good for you. But assuming you do care about the big picture of things, everything is still perfectly fine, even with a little bit of an annoyance here because of, that level of resistance. So on that note, nothing has changed from Monday's video. It's still all about that pink line, 200 period moving average. So continue to keep a close eye on that. But all in all, as long as the price keeps on putting in those higher lows, that's what matters most. Real quick, wanted to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online event that I'm offering here in just a few days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it should be used, and why it's so powerful and helpful in building consistency, then definitely get signed up for the free live training. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage to click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying what you see, then certainly get signed up for the free training. Next one, AAPL, Apple, which had that news release come out, and you can probably tell exactly where the news release came out. Just absolutely huge volume, big price movement down, and the price is starting to return back upwards. But all in all, let's just get rid of that line as it served its purpose. The price is still putting in those higher bases, and you look at that low right there, which basically corresponds exactly with those lows back from Monday, and then you look at those lows right here, and then these lows down here. And if you envision those as stair steps, as we've done before, you can see the stair steps are still in the upwards direction. So yeah, definitely a very, very nasty, very, very crazy 30-minute session right there. But again, the power of charts. So another quick plug, get signed up for that free training. Because I mean, check that out. Bounced right off that general area where it had bounced before after such a chaotic move. But all in all, that's definitely going to be in the next, kind of key main level of support now moving forward, given that the track record it's shown right there at $140.50. So keep a close eye on that. In terms of areas of resistance, there's now been a very clear trend line here established. So keep an eye on that, which puts the breakout point right up around, let's just call it the 145-ish mark, give or take. But keep a close eye on that. But yeah, no doubt about it. Crazy, crazy move on Apple. But assuming you do care about the bigger picture point of view and aren't some sort of day trader that bought up at the high, then everything is still perfectly fine. As you saw, those lows continue to get higher and higher. Next one, Hlbz, another penny stock. Penny stocks sure are moving right now, aren't they? But very good movement here in terms of volume, and good movement in the sense of at least you don't have to worry about chasing the price, right? If you ever suffer from FOMO, oh great, fear of missing out? Am I going to be the sucker that buys the top? Am I chasing the price? All those concerns have been alleviated because there has been this pullback here. Now, just because there's been the pullback does not mean that it's for sure going to be a winning trade. I'm just saying that at least you don't have to worry about being the sucker that buys the top. Those people are already buying, up around there. But in drawing that pattern, I'll just start over again. But like I said, as of now, yes, there is a downwards channel that has formed. But you got to ask yourself the question, well, what was going on before the downwards channel? And you can see just a huge move right there. And in drawing that out, we have ourselves what is known as a bull flag pattern. So yeah, there has been a pullback, and this is why I like to do these look at this. This is why I like to do these when the market's still open. Who knows? Can it get up through 45 cents as I talk here? Big movement right now all of a sudden. But anyways, right around that 45-cent mark is going to be the level that technically puts it up through the breakout, through that pattern. And if that can occur, then, definitely valid to think that could create that much more upside buying pressure. But if you like penny stocks, if you like bull flag patterns, here you go. Next one here, TSLA, Tesla, and the level here that immediately stands out, and the level you got to think all sorts of people are watching tomorrow, is going to be this area down here, right around the $217 mark. I mean, going back to Monday, look at how many times the price has been down around that area, including today, and it has held strong. So you're going to have two groups of people. You're going to have people saying, if the price comes down there and breaks, I think that's going to open up downwards momentum. And, I'd be interested in, shorting the stock, buying puts, something of that nature. You're also going to have another camp of people saying, well, what are you talking about? Last time it's been down there, it's bounced every single time. So I think if it goes on there, it's going to bounce back upwards. Those people also have a very valid thought process. So they're going to be more so looking to buy calls, looking to, buy the stock itself. But point here being is, once again, that's why risk management matters, because somebody's going to be right, somebody's going to be wrong. But the common denominator here is that this green line here at 217 is a very, very intriguing level. And that's what a watch list is all about. To find unique, to find interesting situations, not randomly rush out and buy anything, but to watch it and see how the price behaves and see if it, behaves in a way that ultimately does fit into your personal risk tolerance and trading strategy. So no doubt about it, 217 going to be a very, very highly watched level. In terms of areas of resistance, also seems to be, I wouldn't say it as cut and dry as 217, but there does seem to be an area, generally speaking, right up around 222. But yeah, that 217 mark, does it get tested? And if it does, what happens? Let's see how it plays out on Wednesday. Next one, AMD. And not a whole lot. I mean, yes, it's moved, but nothing significant other than the fact of it just continues to chop away in this channel, which in my mind has created some good, solid, self-fulfilling prophecies, because when you have, like I said, a lot of people watching the same levels, wondering the same thing, it can certainly produce some very dynamic movements. And the level here, now officially from a resistance side of things, you got to think a lot of people are watching that $60 mark. I mean, you can see right here, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times the price been up there and rejected, and then you come down here to 56 cents, or not 56 cents, excuse me, $56, and you have a whole bunch, whoops, part of it is behind my ugly mug. There we go. And you can see so many times the price been down around there and has held strong. And, the one time where it didn't hold strong, it quickly recovered, just like the one time it broke above it, quickly went back down below it. So that's just a long way of saying AMD, 30-minute time frame, sideways channel pattern. Top of the channel, resistance, 60. Bottom of the channel, support, $56. Let's see who ultimately wins this battle. Next one, TQQQ. This is an ETF that will allow you to make money if you believe that the NASDAQ market is going to rise, and just a way to allow you to get involved with the NASDAQ market at a much lower price. And I mean, talk about self-fulfilling prophecies. Wow, maybe they're already glaring out to you. But the first one we'll start at is that, as far as the level of support is concerned, right here at $19.15. Talked about this yesterday, but I mean, check it out. 4 times right here it was hit, another time right there. Then you look at today, hit right there this afternoon. So yeah, everybody and their brother's uncle is going to be watching, wondering about $19.15. And once again, I'm not going to repeat all of it, but you got that self-fulfilling prophecy type component with it. And then on the flip side of things, from the resistance, the self-fulfilling prophecy is all about that pink line there, which now is the 200 period moving average. And you can see right there, rejected, 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 rejected. So you're going to have all sorts of people watching that level also wondering what's going to happen. So, I mean, talk about a clean looking chart. It doesn't, there's not chop where it's, okay, I don't really see much. It's hard to see where resistance or support would be. No, nothing like that here. Very clean, very well-defined support, very clean, very well-defined level of resistance. So let's see what happens with it. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to get signed up for the free live training offered here very soon. It'll be Thursday, October 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these videos, if you would like for me to continue to make them, do 2 things for me. Hit that like button, leave a simple comment down below. So again, get signed up for the class, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one.